Welcome back to Real Reddit Moments, where we explore stories of friendships tested, boundaries crossed, and am I a bad person? Questions that will make you think deeply about honesty and unrealistic expectations. Today, we delve into a very real and heartbreaking story that asks questions about the boundaries of friendship when there is a financial gap, the importance of understanding, and whether it's okay to be honest about your ability to pay. The story is titled AITA for telling her rich friend, "I won't be attending her lavish overseas wedding because I can't afford it." Was OP an overly sensitive friend, someone who did the right thing by telling the truth, or someone who put a friendship in an awkward place and hurt a big day? Find out and let us know what you think. This story comes from Reddit user You Honest Guest OP. We'll call her him OP, a friend who is facing a financial and friendship dilemma. OP has a longtime best friend whom we'll call friend Chloe. Chloe comes from a very wealthy family, and her life has always been surrounded by luxury and glamour. Despite the financial disparity, OP and Chloe have maintained a sincere and close friendship for many years. One day, Chloe announces the good news: she's getting married. OP is extremely happy and excited for her friend. However, the joy quickly turns to anxiety when Chloe reveals the details of the wedding. It will be a lavish destination wedding, lasting several days with accompanying events. Guests will have to pay for their own travel, accommodation, and other activities. Chloe also included a gift registry with expensive items from high-end brands. When OP considered it carefully, she realized that the cost of attending Chloe's wedding, including airfare, hotel, gifts, clothing, and other incidentals, would amount to a huge number, far beyond her current financial capacity. OP is not a particularly difficult person, but this cost is equivalent to several months of OP's savings or even more. Attending would cause OP to face the burden of debt or have to give up other important financial plans. OP feels very sad and awkward. OP really wants to congratulate Chloe on your big day, but paying such a large sum of money is impossible. OP has considered many ways, but none of them are feasible. OP also feels pressured to keep up appearances, not wanting Chloe to think that she doesn't care enough about you. Finally, after many sleepless nights, OP decided that honesty was best. OP called Chloe to have a private, tactful conversation, hoping that Chloe would understand and sympathize. OP told Chloe, "Chloe, I'm so happy for you, and I really want to be there for your big day. But honestly, I can't afford that fancy wedding trip. It's too much for me right now. I'm really sorry." Chloe reacted extremely strongly. She was furious, saying that OP was jealous of her life, making excuses not to come, and not caring enough about their friendship. Chloe even offered to help with some of the expenses, but did so as if it was some huge favor, leaving OP feeling insulted and belittled. Chloe said that this was the most important day of her life, and OP's absence was unacceptable. The argument escalated. Chloe said that OP had deeply disappointed her and ruined the joy of wedding preparations. OP felt completely justified in speaking the truth about her abilities, but was accused of being a treacherous person by her own wealthy best friend. Seeking validation and advice, OP posted her story on Reddit, asking the community AITA. OP's post exploded on Reddit, garnering tens of thousands of comments and hundreds of thousands of upvotes. The thread touched on one of the most contentious issues in modern social relationships: how wealth inequality affects friendships and important events. The vast majority of the Reddit community sided with OP, insisting that she/he was not a terrible person at all. They emphasized that having an extravagant wedding abroad meant accepting that not everyone could attend. When you have an extravagant wedding abroad, you automatically accept that not all of your friends and family can afford to attend. Her response showed a lack of understanding and sensitivity to her friends' financial situations. You did the right thing by being honest. This comment received tens of thousands of upvotes and multiple Reddit awards. Her offer to help comes across as insulting. It shows she doesn't understand how difficult it is for you or respect your decision. Weddings are about two people getting married, not a test of your friend's financial loyalty. She should be glad you were honest, instead of leaving you to fend for yourself. If she's rich enough to have a wedding in the Maldives, she's rich enough to pay for her own flights and hotels for her closest family members. You're under no obligation to go. I've been in this situation before. No one should feel bad about not being able to afford a lavish event. Real friends will understand. A few comments try to give a more balanced perspective or suggest a more tactful approach or consider the bride's psychology. Chloe has the right to have her dream wedding, and you have the right to decline if you can't afford it. Both have valid reasons for their feelings. Perhaps the communication could have been better. This comment is often disputed and receives fewer upvotes. ESH if the relationship is permanently ruined. Chloe is wrong for not being sympathetic. But OP could have been gentler with her words or found other ways to show support other than attending in person. Criticize the narrator. These are extremely few, often focusing on the OP's lack of sacrifice for friendship or jealousy of you. This is your best friend's big day. If she has offered to help, you should accept or find a way to come. Money should not be more important than friendship. This comment is often strongly refuted and receives many downvotes. In addition to the 1,000 times NTA comment mentioned above, another comment has also touched the hearts of many people and caused an emotional storm with its sharp analysis of the nature of true friendship and financial pressure. NTA. Friendship is not a financial contract. If a friend cannot understand or accept that your financial capabilities are different from theirs and turns their wedding into a test of loyalty based on money, then it is not a true friendship. She has disappointed you, not the other way around. This comment received thousands of upvotes and awards, emphasizing the value of true friendship. The Reddit community not only gave their verdict, but also actively engaged and expanded this topic into many deeper discussions, offering advice and sharing personal experiences. Destination wedding culture. Discuss whether this type of wedding places an unfair burden on guests, friendship and money. How to maintain friendships when there are large differences in income and lifestyle. Social pressure to attend events. Feeling forced to spend beyond your means to save face or not disappoint others. How to politely decline to attend an event. Tips on how to communicate when you can't attend due to financial reasons. Personal experience. Countless similar stories of having to decline the wedding of a friend/family member due to financial reasons. Overall, the Reddit community has been overwhelmingly supportive of the OP, seeing his actions as a necessary call-out against demand and lack of understanding. After receiving overwhelming support and insightful advice from the Reddit community, OP has found the strength to cope with this difficult situation. She/he has provided some important updates on what happened next and how she/he is feeling. Summary of updates. Relationship breakdown. Chloe remains angry and hurt. She has stopped talking to OP, and their relationship has been frozen or severely broken. OP feels sad about losing a close friend, but is standing her ground. No wedding. OP did not attend Chloe's wedding. Support from others. Several other mutual friends have expressed sympathy for OP, and some have even had to decline to attend Chloe's wedding for the same reason, which has helped OP feel less isolated. OP remains steadfast. Despite criticism from Chloe and a few other mutual friends, OP believes she did the right thing by telling the truth. Struggling to pay will only lead to resentment and stress later. Friendship lesson. OP learned an important lesson about the differences between friendship types and the importance of understanding each other's circumstances. OP is currently feeling both sad and relieved. Sad that her relationship with Chloe is broken, but relieved that she/he had the courage to tell the truth and not let herself/himself get sucked into an unnecessary financial burden. OP realizes that a true friendship should be based on mutual understanding and respect, not on the ability to pay. He is willing to accept the consequences of honesty and move on with friends who truly understand him. OP's story is a vivid illustration of the challenges of maintaining friendships when there are stark financial disparities. It highlights core issues of tact, empathy, and the importance of telling the truth honestly. The conflicting emotions in the story OP's. Initially joy and wishing you well, then anxiety, stress, and sadness in the face of the cost. Finally, heartbreak for losing you, but also relief for doing the right thing and protecting your finances. Friend Chloe's, possibly overexcitement and lack of awareness of the other person's situation initially, then anger, feeling betrayed and uncared for when rejected. Reddit communities, from outrage for Chloe to empathy for OP to rational analysis of morality, friendship, and social expectations. Reddit community, in this case, acted as a strong court of justice and a strong supporter. When OP felt confused and criticized by her own friend, the community provided a space for him to share her story and receive empathy and validation. Receiving an overwhelming NTA verdict helped OP strengthen her confidence in her decision. This proves that Reddit can be a place to seek understanding, support, and helpful advice when facing complex personal and social issues. Character analysis OP, narrator, represents an honest friend who knows his financial limits and dares to speak the truth instead of pretending or forcing herself. She/he shows maturity and responsibility for herself. Friend Chloe represents someone who lacks understanding and sensitivity to the circumstances of others, especially when her wealth prevents her from realizing the financial burden she is placing on her friends. She shows selfishness and imposition in her desires. Lessons learned. Money can test friendships. Financial differences can create rifts in friendships if there is no mutual understanding and respect. Realistic expectations. When planning a lavish event, like an overseas wedding, the organizer must accept that not everyone can afford to attend. Honesty is important. Being honest about your financial capabilities, while difficult, is better than being defensive or lying. Friendship is not a financial obligation. True friendships should not be measured by how much your friends can spend on events. Understanding and empathy. People with better means should be understanding and empathetic towards friends with different circumstances. avoiding making impossible demands. The value of true friendship. A true friend will understand and respect your decisions rather than getting angry and destroying the relationship. OP's story is a clear example that in life, we are always faced with situations where it is necessary to stay honest and protect ourselves from unnecessary pressure, even if it may hurt a relationship. It is a profound reminder of the importance of understanding, gratitude, and not letting material expectations overshadow the true meaning of friendship and human relationships. What do you think of this story? If you were OP, how would you handle this situation? Have you ever encountered a situation where you had to decline an invitation due to financial reasons? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thank you for following Real Reddit Moments. See you in the next story.